People used to live paycheck to paycheck. Now I feel like we living hour to hour. By the time you cover rent, food, gas, and utilities, ain't nothing left, baby. That's survival mode. And it's become the new normal.
Be able to take like a luxury vacation outside this country on like a nice flight.
I just want to say, y'all, I'm 28 years old. I work full time, not no minimum wage job. I have a full on career going, and rent will eat up more than half of my monthly income.
I don't care.
What I'm about to say is probably going to make you sick, but you probably need to hear it. You're not bad with money. America is really this expensive right now.
I'll never be able to drive a luxury car.
My husband says I need to be more honest about what it's really been like to move from Germany to America, so I'm going to try to share a little bit more about that. Truth be told, I have been hesitant to share because I have had a lot of negative things to say, and I kind of hoped I would get to a more positive place with it, and then I could share kind of like the good, the bad, the ugly, but I still don't know if I'm in a good place with the transition, so I think I just need to start sharing. Let's start with January. We moved back mid-January, days before the new administration took office. And in the industry my husband works in, it was not a great change. There were some changes that happened with the new administration that impacted his industry that we couldn't have foreseen going into it. And so as soon as we landed in America, things got pretty stressful with his job, which was not something we had anticipated. And with his job, I stay at home, he works. So being with one income and that job being in jeopardy, after such a big life transition, an expensive life transition, was really stressful. So thankfully things have stabilized with that, for the foreseeable future. And so that has helped a little bit, but there's still been a lot of other kind of ripple effects because of that, that have both of us taking a little bit longer to adjust.
No one can afford homes in the United States of America. I said what I said and I meant it. Let's start with how much the average home costs. As a 23-year-old, I'm considered a young adult. I do not have $400,000 lying around in my pocket. Nor are any loan or approvers probably going to approve me because what? I'm 23 years old. A lot of you are probably saying, well, what about your job and how much do you make? That's besides the point, right? Because everyone is supposed to be able to afford a home in the United States of America, right? It's the American dream, the white picket fence.
You're working,
no,
yeah.
That's not the case no more. Y'all are lied to. I am so tired of being gaslit by our government, making it seem like we are the problem. So then tell me, why are interest rates so high on houses, right? Because that's your doing. The next thing is, let's talk about why the homes are so expensive besides the interest costs. The amount of money that it takes to build a home now is astronomical. And y'all's friend said he wanted to put tariffs on other countries. The material is already extremely expensive to build and no one can afford it. Not even builders can afford it. That's why the homes are so expensive. Now, for people who already have their home and have already bought their home, that's great. And that's nice and all for you that your prices are extremely high and that you probably purchased it for $99,000. And it's probably not only about yourself, think about your kids or your grandchildren that may want a house in the future. It's not fair to anyone. And then y'all force us and gaslight us to live under rent, where it also increases every year. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. The housing market is going to crash and no one is going to like what happens next. But don't say everybody ain't been telling y'all.
Right. At the end of the day, the housing market is going to crash. It's going to be bad. I saw a guy say he skipped dinner on TikTok just so his kids can eat. He said they'll never know I'm hungry. And seeing that video broke me because he was talking about his mortgage was so high, it went up. That's not how it's supposed to be. Parents shouldn't be sacrificing meals just to keep kids fed. And they the one working to pay the bills. Working to pay the mortgage, working to keep the car running, working to keep the family fed, clothed, baby entertained, if you got a little change for that. And you the one supposed to starve. The horse that's pulling the carriage. That's who don't supposed to eat. Now, how a horse starving could pull a carriage or even want to at that rate? Because the cost of living crisis just don't take money. It takes dignity. It takes peace of mind. It makes people feel like no matter what and how hard they try, they'll never get ahead. Like, what's the point? I'm in a loop. It's just a repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. 40 hours a week. Broke as hell. That's the weight everybody carrying right now. Hey, it don't get no uglier than this.
But America is getting super expensive to live in. Prices that were once maybe under $200,000 for a house are now in the mid $400,000 to $600,000 range.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed that wages aren't going up. The wages are sticking to the same amount. You still have people out here who are getting paid less than $15 an hour. It's going to get to the point to where unless you're rich, you're not going to be able to afford in a house in America unless you get like some type of life insurance policy on your folks, or you get somebody to leave you some type of trust fund. If you're coming out of this new generation, you're not going to be able to buy a house. Your children are not going to be able to purchase a home. It's getting to the point to where things are just, the prices are getting outrageous. I just looked online and it's $18 at some restaurants for a hamburger. McDonald's no longer has a dollar menu. This is not the same America that we grew up in, to where people could achieve the American dream. Things are completely overpriced. Nothing's affordable. Groceries are through the roof. If you're renting something, rent prices are through the roof. Mortgage rates are at extreme all-time highs. It's going to get to the point to where nobody's going to be able to afford to live in a house in America. You're just going to have a lot of houses that are for sale that nobody's going to be purchasing.
Facts. And he telling the truth. Because who can afford a house $500,000 plus, $700K plus? I just seen a video where a girl was talking about she paid $5,700 a month for rent. Y'all seen that on Social Simone channel? Lady says she in California got a $5,700 a month mortgage. House was like 700 something plus $1,000. And she was like, I can't do it. Hey, even though they want to squeeze the life out of y'all, I'm going to give you this message. You keep showing up like you've been doing. You keep going to work, paying what you can, and making sure the people around you are taken care of. You got your folks taken care of. That's real strength, even when nobody clapping for you. And at the end of the day, when it gets hard, make sure you pray about it. Keep pushing. Keep being strong. I'm Tiffany Rhodes. If you made it this far, you might as well sub to the channel, because over here, I'm going to tell you how it is, what's going on, what's in the news. I'm going to keep you updated, how bad it is, because, hey, the truth don't get sugar-coated around here. Let me know what you think down in the comments about all this cost of living, rent crisis, layoffs, sleeping in cars that's going on out here. Because this could be any one of us. So what we like to do is pray for our sisters and brothers that's going through this situation now. And we pray to God that we don't get in one. I'm Tiffany Rose. I'm out.